Long before humans arrived, a single group of animals held absolute control over Earth for 174 million years. If you look at this map of the planet from that era, you won't see our modern oceans dividing the globe. The land masses were joined together into one continuous supercontinent called Pangaea. The climate violently fractured 201 million years ago when massive volcanic eruptions pumped out carbon and sulfur dioxide. Most reptiles back then were cold-blooded and died off as temperatures swung wildly, but early dinosaurs were warm-blooded, allowing them to regulate their body heat and adapt. By surviving this early ecological collapse, they cleared the field of their competitors. The disaster gave them the space to multiply, evolve, and monopolize nearly every available ecological niche on the planet. By the time the Cretaceous period rolled around, that early resilience had paid off with massive biological diversity. Dinosaurs had evolved into towering 15,000-kilogram titans and highly efficient apex predators. The ultimate peak of this evolution was the Tyrannosaurus rex. It possessed the strongest, most powerful jaws of any land animal to ever live. They even conquered the sky. Fossils like the Archaeopteryx show how certain dinosaurs adopted lightweight frames and early feathers to take flight. They had specialized to dominate every available environment on land and in the air. Nothing on Earth could rival them. It would take a massive impact from deep space to break their 174 million year run. That impact arrived 66 million years ago. A massive rock, roughly 15 kilometers wide, slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula in modern-day Mexico at 30 kilometers per second. The collision released 100 teratons of energy. That instant shockwave vaporized everything for thousands of kilometers and triggered towering 2-kilometer-high tsunamis across the oceans. The heat and shockwaves caused massive immediate mortality, but the global collapse arrived via a nuclear winter. This flowchart illustrates the chain reaction. Pulverized soil blotted out the sun entirely. Without sunlight, plants couldn't photosynthesize and died off. With plants gone, giant herbivores starved. This loss moved up the chain, leaving massive apex carnivores with no food. The extinction event succeeded by dismantling the foundational food web, wiping out 75% of life on Earth. How can scientists point to a single day 66 million years ago and confidently prove this happened? The evidence lies in iridium. It's a mineral incredibly rare on Earth's surface, but highly concentrated in space rocks. Geologists found a global layer of this iridium buried in the ground, and carbon dating places it perfectly at the end of the Cretaceous period. Millions of years of shifting continents have buried the actual 180-kilometer-wide impact crater under Mexico and the ocean floor, but you can still see the physical scar it left behind. A massive, perfect ring of underground sinkholes, called cenotes, still traces the exact outer edge of where the asteroid crushed the bedrock. When the sky finally cleared, the towering giants were gone. The only creatures left on land were small mammals, birds, and turtles that survived by scavenging on decaying plant matter. When an entire ecosystem collapses, overwhelming size and strength offer absolutely no protection. The death of the apex predators created an ecological vacuum. Over millions of years, the surviving small mammals adapted, giving rise to primates and ultimately humans. Looking at this timeline puts our existence into stark perspective. Dinosaurs ruled this planet for 174 million years. Humans originated in Africa roughly 300,000 years ago, a microscopic sliver of time in comparison. In just 300,000 years, we have transitioned from basic tool use to active planetary defense. In 2022, NASA successfully altered the trajectory of a near-Earth asteroid by intentionally smashing a spacecraft into it. The success of the DART mission suggests that for the first time in 4 billion years, an inhabitant of Earth has a viable method to redirect a cosmic threat. But having secured the sky, we have triggered a new crisis. We are currently living through the Holocene extinction, only this time, we are the asteroid. Through relentless deforestation and the clearing of land for industry, we are destroying the biological habitats that sustain local species. Combined with severe plastic and chemical pollution of the oceans and atmosphere, species are dying out at a rate 100 to 1,000 times faster than the natural baseline. There are international targets aiming to protect 30% of global land and oceans by 2030. Yet thousands of mammals, birds, and amphibians have been forced out of the global food web. The fossil record of 66 million years ago offers a strict warning. We rely on the exact same interconnected food chain that the dinosaurs did. If we continue to strip away its foundation, our time on this planet will run out long before we ever reach a fraction of their reign.